Shit. All right. We here. We are here. The Legacy Builders US in the building. You know what I'm saying? We are here. So we're talking about net worth. How much are you really worth? Okay. Let's start it off. Let the people know what it is. Let's go on.
Yeah, man. I think it just kind of boils down to what you're really worth. A lot of people have no idea. First of all, let's start off like most people don't even know what the definition of net worth is. You know what I mean? Which is combined assets that you have.
Right.
In terms of your net worth. So that could be something as simple as you owning a car, what the value of your car is. If something, you were to sell it, what money you'd have left over. It could be, you got a 401k. Do you got money in your 401k? Life insurance, which we talk about all the time. Do you got a life insurance policy? Do you got cash in the life insurance policy? Do you own a home? It could be baseball cards from 1962.
Right.
Net worth is truly about all the things that you have of value attached to your name. So a lot of times people don't even have no idea of any value that they have attached to their name outside of those things. So that's what we're trying to talk about today.
That's dope. So basically the net worth is everything of value, not just the money you have.
Correct.
So people, because I used to think that net worth means like how much you have. So if I have 10,000 in the bank, then my net worth is 10,000. You see what I'm saying?
That's part of your net worth.
Right. But it's everything. So if you have a home that's worth, $1 million or some shit, then that means your net worth is $1,010,000 if you have $2,000.
Right. And that's if you paid off the house too.
Correct. It's the kind of equity in it. Yep.
Right.
Exactly.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
But there's hidden net worth that a lot of people don't know, that a lot of people may not like count or understand. But so you have intellectual property, right? You have like, for example, you're an entrepreneur like we are. Like, everybody on this panel is an entrepreneur. So your business is worth something, like the cash flow of your business or whatever net profit that you make per year with your business, that's a part of your net worth too. But yeah, intellectual property, like for example, like Lucario and I, we have the truth is inside you. Like that phrase is trademarked. That is intellectual property. We got masculine identity. That phrase is trademarked. That's intellectual property. And a lot of people don't put these things into practice and don't recognize them. And I think that mentality of understanding what something is worth or the potential or the what different entities are worth. I think just that in itself, the mentality of that is what a lot of people are missing, right. Which is why, you guys are so important to the community, legacybuildersus.com. You guys go to that website, but, because you guys talk about financial education, and a lot of average people in general, they don't really realize the importance of their net worth. Like you might do something where you sell food, you sell plates on the weekends. Like if you actually make that if that's a real business, something that you do on a regular basis, that's a part of your net worth too. Or something that you invent or something that you like, bro, let me tell you, I know this lady, man. She does it. She has a coupon membership. Right. So she literally goes, and this is something that almost anybody could do, but she has a coupon membership where she goes and scours the internet and she goes to different stores and shit like that and finds coupons. And then she has a membership where you pay her a certain amount of money a month. So you might, let's just say is people paying her $100 a month for the coupons. Right. And she may have 10 people on it.
Right.
That's $1,000 a month. You understand? And so she scours the internet, find all the coupons and the discount codes, and she sends an email with everything. So, and she sets it up where you could save money on food, you could save money on clothes, you could save money on certain particular deals on Amazon, different things like that. And she has a decent number of people that, you know, that fuck with her on that level, and they send her money every month. And the money that they save is way more than the fee.
Right.
And on top of that, they don't have to waste time searching for these coupons themselves. See what I'm saying? So just something as simple as that. That's a part of your net worth too. You know, and again, it's the mentality where a lot of us don't look at it as nothing. Like there's so many of us where we have a talent or we have a natural thing that we do, and we don't even think about we don't even think about the value of it because we don't even think about monetizing it.
Right.
Yeah.
You understand? So that's a part of your network too. So again, that's why it's so important to understand the mentality, because so many of us is just on some, you know, on some hood shit. Like, you know, oh yeah, that's just something I do in my spare time, or, you know, that's just whatever that's some little shit that ain't nothing.
Right.
Like, no, it is something because you consistently make money from it. And you're not even realizing, like you got some people out there, you know, they love sneakers and they have a heavy sneaker collection, but they never took the time to like appraise their collection. Like they got Jordan 1s and 2s and rare sneakers that Nike never came out with again and certain other shit, but they never took the time to appraise it, to have somebody come in and look at their collection and be like, damn, like, yo, you got all these different type of sneakers. Like I have this sneaker, only 15 of these was made in the world, and you have one of these. Like people who got the Marty McFly sneakers from the Back to the Future, or you got like different pairs of Yeezys that never came out. Like, bro, you gotta, and you mentioned it too. Real estate raw. When you was talking about like baseball cards and shit, like there's a lot of things out there that people don't realize that is worth a whole lot of money, you know, and it's a mentality to understand the importance of it, right? To get things appraised, to have paperwork on shit too.
Right.
You understand? Because like, you know, you might, like, for example, your uncle might bequeath a plot of land to you. And in your mind, I own that plot of land over there, but you never really took the time to look at the paperwork or to, like, you understand what I'm saying?
Right.
And so, you know, it's certain things that we got to have a mentality where we got to take certain things real serious, because a lot of people are worth more than they know, but it's because they don't have the mentality and they don't take shit seriously.
Right. That's real talk. So what do you guys think are some things that people can do to increase their net worth? Like, what are the things that the people can do out here?
I think the first thing, real quick, before you jump in, Case, really just to your point, Mr. Lucario, there's some things Miles touched on. So, for example, on a homeowner's policy is called scheduled property, and these are things that they list right now. I'm reading off right now off a network. Everything high-end electronics is considered network. So your cell phones, as crazy as that sounds, your laptops, all jewelry, the chain you're wearing on your neck, Miles. You know what I mean? All jewelry, all these things are items of things that can be done. Fine art that you think that's not fine. All this is considered income, and a lot of people don't even realize they have certain things of value that they're carrying out on a regular basis. To your point, that sneaker collection, that baseball card collection, jerseys, certain type of jerseys, signed jerseys, all these things are net worth, and people don't even realize we have on a regular basis that you don't even think about. Watches, you know what I mean? Like all these things are something that could bring a value to you. On top of that, if you an older person, you may have a pension. Your Social Security is part of your net worth. All these are assessing all the stuff that you have at your disposal. A lot of people don't even realize. That's why a lot of people passing away don't even realize that. You wasn't worth $1 million, but you might have been at least worth 20, 30 grand when you passed away instead of negative 10,000.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
negative 10,000. Now I'm going to bring that up first and foremost. Those Marty McFlys, those are going to be on my feet before I pass away. I'm saying,
that's like a bucket list thing for you.
100%, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, first and foremost. When I'm doing a financial analysis for a client, I'm literally asking those questions. Outside of your income, do you have any type of jewelry? Do you have any artwork? I literally ask these questions because I need to find out what their net worth is to submit an application. Everything that you guys just listed are the things that can go and be added to the person's financial net worth.
Yeah.
I would say one of the things that people can do to help increase their net worth, one is pay off a lot of whatever debt that they have. Pay off that debt, right? That's super important that you pay that debt off. It's going to increase your net worth. Invest into stocks. Invest into some stocks that's performing really, really good. You know, anything that you have. I mean, we all have some type of Apple device. Invest in Apple. Invest in Vanguard. Invest in these different. Invest in Robinhood. Invest in these different stocks. That do well. Get some life insurance. Like I said earlier, these are different things that you can do to literally increase your net worth. People they be like, oh, I don't know what to do. Just do those things right there.
Right.
Literally, and increase your net worth. And then also, it's not just your net worth is not just financial, but mainly it is. We live in a monetary world, so mainly it is financial. But then your skill set can be a part of your net worth.
Right.
Can be part of your net worth, right? Because I don't care how much money you have, but if you're sick all the time, it doesn't matter how much money you have, because you can't go out there and continuously produce and make things happen because you're always sick, right? Like Miles was saying earlier, the mindset. Your mindset is everything. If you have a poor mind, then you're still poor, regardless of how much money you have.
Right.
Because nobody's going to want to work with you. Nobody's going to want to do business with you.
Right.
So a lot of things trickle from the financial side, the health side, the mindset, even relationships, that whether it's romantic or business relationships, what value do you bring? So if you are partnering in a business and something were to happen to you, that's the reason why we even have key person insurance. Because if something were to happen to my business partner, the value that he brings to the business, I need to supplement that value with the dollar amount. Right. So then that amount has to come back to me so I can put that amount back into the business and hire somebody else and replace what he was doing.
Right.
Yeah.
Right? So that person is valuable in the business. You know what I'm saying? So people don't realize how much you're actually worth. It goes a long way. So many different areas to net worth. It's not even funny.
That's crazy. So Man with Cigar said, what if my jewelry is fake? And is that
it's more jewelry? It's not worth anything.
So if it's fake, it's not worth nothing?
It's not real. I mean, because remember, because gold is still a commodity. Like people don't realize that, right? Like, we'll be coming into a cashless society to where everything is digitized. But one thing that's going to remain and has been around for centuries is gold. So if your gold is fake, what is it really worth?
Right.
But it's worth something though. It is worth something. It may only be worth $10.
Right.
Because even if it's fake, you can still take it to the pawn shop and get something for it.
I mean,
because that's what I was going to ask. Is that added? So like, let's say for example, so is this microphone? Can I say this is part of my net worth? Because if let's say
absolutely,
this is
it is.
Yeah, that's the electronics that he was talking about earlier.
So you can add it. So basically, you can add everything.
Yeah,
exactly. Everything, furniture in your house, everything.
Specific things. I thought it was like only specific things like gold, silver.
Well, it has some type of value to it, though.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So that's why I say even with the fake gold, because it's not to play you, bro. But I'm just saying because it's fake. What value does it really have? Even if you pawn it in, like you said, you're gonna get so you're gonna get what it's worth.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So when you pawn it in, if it's fake, you're gonna get the $10-$20. Cool.
Right. But is it $10 to $20 added to the net worth?
Yes, it is.
Yes.
That's the question. Because my thing is, I didn't know if there were specific items that were either these added, but these are eliminated from net worth. Do you see what I'm saying? So if you're asking how much are you worth, and I say, well, I got this computer that I just bought and it's worth 2 G's, right? They may say, well, that don't count. So you can't add that. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's also what we're like, what's the thing that's added? What's the thing that's not added? So basically anything that can have any monetary value
exactly
could be added to that. Oh, that's crazy.
And the best way to look at it too is whenever you see estate sales, and that's why this is key whenever you see estate sales with rich celebrities and they take everything in the house, that's literally why. So when they do an estate sale, or when Wesley Snipes, when he went bankrupt and they took his house, they took all the cars and all that. Matter of fact, let's keep it simple. Use the Rocky movie when they took everything from Rocky. They use all of that for his net worth. The cars, like I said, furniture, anything that has value. But what happens is it goes back to the original thing of us not understanding, or a lot of people not understanding what net worth means, meaning that you got to put those things in place. So if you have a laptop and you don't have a plan when you die, you don't have a will, you don't have a trust, you don't have somebody guiding or looking over your things, that thing never gets sold and it gets thrown in the trash. You know what I mean? But to your point, Mr. Locario, that microphone, if something were to happen to you, I'm sure Miles is gonna go ahead and sell that mic. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, because when I moved into this new place, I had these two like portable air conditioners, and I sold both those for a few $100s. So that's like similar to like, oh, okay, because I always thought net worth was like, I knew it wasn't just the money. I knew it was like other things, but I thought like it was specific other things. I didn't think that, it was like, right, that's crazy. So yeah, so people probably have a bigger net worth than they even know.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So many people are not aware. Because look, you have these things called estate sales. You understand? So basically, it's like when someone, it's for the most part, it's like rich people. So when rich people move, or when rich people die, they have everything that's in their house basically go up for sale.
Right.
You understand? And you have people like I've met people who this is their business. Like they'll it's kind of like drop shipping, right? Where they'll because a lot of people who are like at a certain tax bracket, they don't have the time to empty out the house and move out all the shit and transfer it here and store it over there and all that other shit. Right. So what they do is they get what's called an estate salesperson. And so an estate salesperson usually is a person with like, they have trucks, they have like a pickup truck, they own a few storage units and shit. And what they do is they come to the house of the person that's deceased, or the person that's moving, or the person that just don't give a fuck about the stuff no more. And they'll take all that shit with them. And they have what's called an estate sale, or and it could be online, or it could be in person, or whatever it is. But anything, like you said, furniture, lamps, vase, aquarium, a boat. You understand? Like just mad different shit. Like I remember, because like I said, I know people like this, and I remember when I was living in, I was living in very modest times, and I know they would come at me and be like, hey, you need a microwave? And I'm like, yeah, I'll take it, and I got me a free microwave because certain things wasn't even worth the money. But like, then you got boats, and then you got a car. Like some people have a classic car sitting in their driveway, and it's like, it's just too much to deal with. Go ahead and take it. Right. So sometimes what they'll do is they'll pay the person, they'll give them like $5,000 or some shit or whatever it is. And they'll take all the shit out the house. Right. And the first item they sell back on the estate sale thing is worth $5,000. So they already making their money back. Right. And so it's like they pay you to move all the shit out of their house. Right. You get what I'm saying? And so again, this is just an example of it's kind of like how you could buy shit on Facebook Marketplace all the time. People like, oh yeah, I'm trying to get rid of this couch, or I'm trying to get rid of this coffee table, or I don't need this set of pots and pans anymore. Like, and people will buy that shit. You understand? Right. And it's kind of like a form of drop shipping, but there's a lot of things out there, and a lot of this stuff ends up at pawn shops and shit like that too. So, you be surprised what you're really worth at the end of the day, especially if you have a technical skill, or, like if you're a content creator, you're a podcaster, you got cameras, you got lights, you got, mixing boards and different things. These things are worth money. Right. Like me, I got a bunch of camera equipment. I got different cameras, lenses, you know, and brand new, these shits cost decent bread, but used, they still going, especially the camera equipment, it's still going to be a good value.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So, you know, that's what I'm saying. Like, keep in mind all the things that you possess. You know, it's not just because you already bought it don't mean it ain't worth shit. It's still worth shit. Because trust me, when you pass on, the scavengers will be here. Like, if you don't designate or bequeath or you know, set shit up so your family can get your shit, these niggas is they're gonna come through. You know what I'm saying? You know, because I always imagine that the paramedics is going. Always imagine that I'm gonna drop dead in my apartment. I mean, I'm just keeping it real.
Yeah.
I'm a drop dead in my apartment, and then nobody's gonna notice until I start stinking. And then whoever's going, the cops or whoever's gonna come in, and then they're gonna be like, oh shit, he got a TV over there. Oh shit, he got a PlayStation over there. Oh shit, he got some camera equipment over there. Don't think they're not gonna pocket some shit.
Right.
Before your family could get there to be like, oh, where's my, you know, like, where's my brother's stuff? Where's my uncle's stuff? The people who find you first, they're gonna pocket some shit.
Right.
So there's money. You have a lot. There's a lot of worth around you. And you know, I also want to say too, you know, this is one of the reasons why, you know, like on the masculine identity membership, I talk about, you know, being grateful. Having gratitude. Like, I think that's one of the first forms of the mentality of understanding how all the things around you is worth something.
Right.
There's a lot of value around you, but you're not going to notice it until you have that gratitude mindset. You see what I'm saying? To realize, oh shit, this computer that I'm talking to y'all on right now is worth something. The camera that I'm looking through right now is worth something. The light shining on me right now is worth something. You know what I'm saying? Because when them niggas come in, we'll get this body out of here. All right, now let's take
That's real.
So it's real talk, man. It's real talk. So, you know, make sure you do what you need to do to secure your assets, because they are assets. They are worth something.
So it says, does the net worth include things that you are still paying for, like a house, a car, or do these things need to be outright owned?
So, I was gonna say that what you paid off already, you add that to your net worth. So if you have a house that's worth $300,000 and you still have $200,000 left to pay off, your net worth is $100,000. So you're adding that $100,000, which you paid off on the home already. You're adding that to the net worth. So it's whatever you paid off already.
Right. And that's called equity. That's called equity.
Exactly. Yep.
That's dope. That's interesting. And so Martavius said, does the saying, it's not what you know, it's who you know, does that apply to my net worth as well?
Yes, that's relationship.
Nah, because if they ain't giving you no money, then nah. But no, to this point, it is, because I think it goes back to what Miles said, where you got to know what your market value is and what your market value potential is. Leading to Miles' point and Kaneem's point earlier on, health is net worth. Think about it. If you're a track star and you don't value yourself to the highest level, if you were smart, you would insure your legs. There's insurance for your legs. If you're a dancer, you're a track star.
Right.
So therefore, if something happened to your legs, you get a giant insurance payment. You know, you got people out here that insure their legs, their arms, pianists, all that type of stuff. You build a network from that. So it goes back to what Miles said, where is the mindset, where these are things where you have to assess your value. Even to that question, somebody you know, you got to see how you guys can collaborate to make money together to create some type of value system. It's all about creating a value system at the end of the day to increase your net worth.
That's interesting. See, I learned something today. I didn't know that it was, you know, a lot of things that, you know what I'm saying, that you could actually look at that's included in that. So also too, so like, that's probably why people might do stuff like they'll buy like expensive shit and just have it stashed away. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, that just, you know, because like if you buy, let's say like a Rolex for 20 G's, right? That sort of adds to the net worth. And whereas you would have probably just spent the 20 G's and it would have been gone, you know, or something like that. So that's That's interesting.
Yeah, like different. Like if you got a deposit box at the bank, like some people got different things in there. Like I was saying, for example, with the if you own a piece of real estate, like you might want to keep the paperwork for that real estate in the deposit box, or you know what I'm saying. So and again, when you pass on, they're gonna go in that deposit box too and find your shit. Yo, don't get it twisted, man. And this is why you need to holler at legacy builders, because they can help you with wills and all that different type of shit too. Because if you don't designate where your stuff is going to, the state gets all your shit.
Absolutely.
You understand? And as much as the government and the state act like, oh yeah, well, you got to pay your taxes because we need that money to these niggas. And the reason why they do that is because they're not gonna tell you about the fact that niggas die every day and they get fucking free shit and free money every day,
right?
From dead niggas. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a movie on Netflix called, I think it's called I Care Too Much or some shit like that.
Yeah, great movie. Yeah,
it was a great movie. Yeah, and it explores, how you become a ward of the state, and they spend your money. Like, they literally spend your fucking money. Like when you get Alzheimer's and you ain't got no family to vouch for you, or even when you do got family to vouch for you, and that's what the movie was about too. Because the family was trying to secure their inheritance and all this shit, and the state, like the lady that was running the program was scamming and shit. And the brother found out she was scamming, and he did what he did. So I don't want to ruin the movie. Go watch it. But there's a lot to understand about, like, for example, what happens when somebody passes. Look, again, like I said, a guy like me, I don't have a wife, I don't have a family, so I definitely got to write a will to be like, hey, my shit got to go to my sister. My shit got to go to my nephew and whoever else in my family I want to give shit to, or my shit got to, go to Lucario when I pass, or whatever it is. You understand? Because if you don't have any type of designation, the state is coming through and they going to auction your shit off. They're going to pocket some of your shit. The paramedics is going to take your rings off your fucking finger. Yo, bro, let me tell you something. The other day I fucked around and I went to the airport. And this is just a small micro example of this. But I went to the airport and I usually have a pocket knife on me. And I was rushing this morning. I usually put my pocket knife in my check luggage and I forgot. And I'm walking through security and I felt the shit. And I was like, fuck. You understand? And it was this dude, this young cat on the conveyor belt shit. And I was like, yo, man, I got my knife on me, man. And he was like, what you want to do? You want to try to go back to the car, or what you trying to do? And I was like, nah, man, just take it. And I thought he was going to put it in like a bin or something. Nigga put it directly in his pocket. Like directly in his fucking pocket.
That's crazy.
You understand? So that nigga just got a free pocket knife today. Straight down. So don't ever think these fucking people, the paramedics, and don't think they care more for you than you do. They want your free shit, nigga.
To your point, Miles, like when you think about it, just growing up, in the areas you grew up in, people always look you up and down to assess the value of what you're worth.
Right.
You got J's, all the type of stuff. The problem is that the issue is that a lot of people don't associate that with real life. You know what I mean? In terms of how you really work, but they're actually doing the right thing. You know what I mean? Like that, to your point, that's a real thing. You know what I mean? You go to a hotel and you forget your bottle of wine or your liquor. That's a value to somebody.
Yeah.
That cleaner's going to take that and get drunk, and they don't have to spend $30, $40 of their own money. They got licks for the night. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's crazy how much people don't realize how much net worth you actually have on a regular basis.
It's real talk.
Or how much money passes through your hands on a regular basis that you don't realize is passing through your hands.
Talk.
Yeah, a lot of us touched $1 million already, and we don't even think about it or realize it.
That's a fact. That is a fact. So, any last things I want to say about this? You have any? You got the show coming up when? Did y'all do that? 27th, right? Well, that's pretty close. So yeah, tell everybody about that. How do they get tickets and all that other good stuff?
Yeah, man. At the class, man, go to the website, hit the events tab, and then go in and book your tickets. Just that simple. Go to events tab, book a ticket. September 27th, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m.
Let me get a demo on that. Hold on, son. Let's get a demo real quick. Shane. Yeah, Shane. Yeah, go to legacybuildersus.com. Legacybuildersus.com. Here go to the website, right? Can I see that?
Yeah.
Okay. And then you got the events tab right here. Right. And so the event that he's talking about is the Vibes Brunch. So you hit the button right there, and then it'll take you straight to the joint. And all the information is here. What link? And then here go to Eventbrite link. Just click on this, and then you'll be able to get your tickets. And man, Vision and Vibes Brunch. So yeah, man, this is dope.
Nice. That's
what I'm man.
So yes, guys, make sure you guys go get y'all tickets. You feel what I'm saying? Get that shit popping. And go to legacybuildersus.com. Hit up Kaliman Rashidi. And that's pretty much it, guys. We're out of here. And remember, the truth is inside you. Peace. We are out.